We're here with Y'shtola, Knights Blessed. 4-mana 2/4 Vigilance. At the beginning of each end step. So each end step, not just your own. If a player lost 4 or more life, you draw. So you can lose life on your own turn and draw. You can make your opponent lose life on their turn and draw somehow with like Shieldred or something. I don't know. And then, or just your opponent playing like fetch lands or their own Toxic Deluge, I guess. But that would probably actually kill this, so that doesn't matter. And then the bottom part is whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, you steal 2 life from your opponent. This is kind of weird. It's like the Jin-Gitaxias that like wants you to play 3 drops or whatever, and then turns into a Saga thing. Wait, where this one? It's like cast stuff, draw cards. This commander is very straightforward, Jin-Gitaxias, and it just casts the 3-mana counterspells all day. It does have a lot of 1 and 2-mana spells, though, because you can't just go mono 3. You'll just immediately lose every single game, so you have to, have something else to do. And this thing flipping is also kind of scary. It also does a pretty good job at protecting itself. So this is just solid. It is mono blue, right? It doesn't have all like the really good black and white spells and whatnot, but still very good. It's kind of the closest thing I feel like I could compare this to, unless there's something else I'm not thinking about. Maybe the Esper Fairy Commanders. I can't even remember what it does, but this is really awkward. I'm just going to say that up front. It's definitely just an Esper control thing, but like it's got some awkward things about it, and when you play it, you're not going to do too good of a job at defending it, so it's kind of hard to just play it on turn 4 or whatever, and then just pass and expect this to do anything. It is a sort of a lightning rod, however, it's not actually that scary. Like, you play this, and your opponent kind of doesn't care that much. I've beaten this commander when it's just been sitting in play. I've played against it a lot where they just straight up did not cast it. So it's just weird, which is unfortunate, and a reason why I have just never played it yet. I just burned my my mythic on it, so hopefully it's not too miserable. But yeah, it's definitely not the craziest thing in the game. So yeah, it's got the 3-drop city, because that's what you want to be doing. It has to be non-creature spell as well, which is unfortunate. It's already highly restrictive at pulling off like anything, so it's kind of sad that you can't play creatures and trigger the bottom part. I would much prefer the bottom part drew cards than stole 2 life. It's weird to do some sort of life-based thing that then doesn't like pressure your opponent realistically, right? There are, again, some cards that do drain your opponent's life total in a significant fashion outside of creatures. You can still run some amount of creatures that are solid and whatnot to do something scary to your opponent's face, like Esper beatdown stuff, and then splash in some spells that trigger the bottom part or whatever. But I don't know. The top part, drawing cards, is nice. I will say that. But again, unless you have a bunch of creatures and they probably want to fly, I don't expect my opponent to lose that. So ideally, we're trying to lose it on our own turn, which for a lot of opponents actually kind of helps them out. So I'm not sure. I might actually just have to play Shieldred, the Whispering one, or whatever, or the 4-mana $500 one, the Apocalypse, just to have that thing offset things like the One Ring and me playing stuff that pays life to simply draw a card. Again, there's actually not a lot of cards in the game that make you lose 4 life on your own turn. You can go fetch land, shock land. You can't do that infinitely. There's only so many fetches and shock lands to lose 3 life, and then you would need another way to lose 1 more. For like Phyrexian Arena. A really good one is Staff. You just pay 4 and draw a card. This does run out of control rather quickly. It's not the same as something like Palantir. But I don't know. It's just awkward. Even with a creature package, it still feels rather awkward. I looked at lists on EDH Rec. It seems like The more popular thing to do is play the least creature sort of thing going on. But in paper you have better options. Like Snuff Out is just really good. And let me just triple check it's not in this. Is it in the game? I don't think Snuff. Yeah, Snuff Out's not in the game. It's a just pay for life, Doomblade kind of, or Terror or whatever. It's just pay for life for free. It doesn't have a mana cost. It's exactly what you're looking for with a commander like this, but just don't really have a lot of options. You can do weird things like Necropotence and stuff. You could do that. It's triple black, right? But we have Dark Ritual, I suppose, sometimes. That could be a line. I don't know if I like it too much. I kind of don't. I haven't actually liked Necropotence in quite a while. I haven't even seen a Necropotence in quite a while, so... Alright, let's just see what happens. What the heck is this? Enters, bounce something, exile it, flip it as weird thing, tap lands. Really weird card. Okay. This is keepable. So there you go. Okay, a lot of islands. Very contrasting situation from last time there. I wonder if they just cast their commander. Nope, okay. I kind of didn't expect that, but it would have been funny. Alright, well now we're in this position, which my opponent is probably very comfortable with. It would make sense. Yep. That's okay with me. They're not incentivized. No one's really incentivized to do anything until, like, someone misses their land drop or something. There's just no reason to be the first one to get blown out. Alright, they do miss their land drop, but they do not use that opportunity to do anything, so... Now, to be fair, I actually did not have a counterspell up until 2 seconds ago. Do I care at all about this card? I kind of do, unfortunately. I kind of do care about this. They did not activate in response. Oh, you love to see him fight over card draw. I would not fight over stock up here. Sure. Yep. And then Toxic Deluge for 2? No, we can just pass. This doesn't do anything else, right? Nope. They didn't bargain it. Like, oh no, they couldn't have bargained it. Okay. I'm gonna just take that. Yeah, we're gonna just take that. It costs 4 to cast. Okay. Finally found a land. I don't have to make any kind of move. There's no downside to just casting this? Yeah, this forces my opponent to tap out, and they probably don't want to do that. Them countering card draw here is just really weird to me. I feel like it's strange. Like, you know my hand is just full of card draw stuff, so it's just kind of strange. Yeah, this is interesting. I can just recast it. They know I can recast it as well. Alright, so we can cast Stock Up. We can probably play this as a land. I can play my commander. Alright, let's play this for 2. Oh, well, go figure. Play Y'shtola. because it actually triggers. And that could matter. And I'm also not just cleanly dead here, so okay. Ancient Tomb has not been doing me too many favors. They drew a land for the turn. Okay, sure. Surprising. It's just cast trigger, right? Alright, so we are sort of safe through stuff. Yep. Because I don't die. Opponent has Subtlety. Enters target creature's planeswalker spell, so you can keep that. And then I just pass? Well, they haven't shown me more creatures yet. Doesn't untap. This literally does nothing. Okay. It just doesn't do anything. Sure. That's actually really good. Potentially. I don't know. It could also just not be good. They are going face. I'm not going to make a move here. I can just hang out at 2 life. It's no big deal. Do you have another counterspell? Or another protection bounce nonsense? Their card is conveniently 4 damage too, which is just so significant for us. Oh. Okay, well, that was really good. I have to now kill my own commander. Yep. That was really good. So, I can play Jace, and I think I should? Actually, should I? If I play Jace, it gets Subtletied, but that's fine, right? Isn't that fine? No, that's not fine at all. The One Ring isn't going to do much here. We're too low. Stock Up is too much mana. I'm just going to get rid of Stock Up. They draw another land for the turn, sure. Gonna probably hang out at 3 life here. Which is weird in the face of the Subtlety. So, well, I mean, I can't really tap the... Yeah, I just can't tap much anyways, so... I can cast this for like that, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is fine. They keep countering my card draw. Okay, they didn't even try this time. Grief is good with cut down, and Kaya can be good as well, given the situation. Alright, so let's start with Grief. Just not even gonna tap for it. Board presence not really significant to me. And then I let this happen, right? Yeah. Tail's End, the trigger. Show me your hand. I don't care about that. That's gone. Alright, my opponent's hand is not looking great. We will Void Rend this so I don't lose to it. And then cast Jason, lose the game. I can't cast anything, actually. Alright. Ancient Tomb coming in real annoying. Opponent decides that casting their commander is not a good idea. Interesting. I I don't have to exile all the creatures at the same time with that. I can play Jace. Actually, maybe I should just cast Brainstorm. Okay, go away, go away. Actually, no, I'm not casting Jace here, so it can go away as well. Play land. Alright. Another perfect 4-2. That's funny. I have to kill it. So, Jace into Brainstorm? My opponent's cards don't stop mine. Alright, No More Lies doesn't do anything, and neither does that technically. Can play this. I can also play my Choice of Fortunes now, because I have protection from ancient spaghetti. This is good, but it's too late, and this is totally dead, so... Swords of Plowshares was probably one of the best cards I could have found there. They can't kill either of my cards. Or me, ideally. The Kaya will also eventually become a problem with the amount of life it could just smack. Alright, well, looks like exiling the things I exiled panned out. They did put a 6-mana spell on top of their deck, which we have an answer for. But that is certainly a card that would make me want to not do the things I did. Yeah, we're going to Brainstorm. Because I know the card on top, I can play it around and into it. Shuffle away one of the lands and Duress. Yeah, Duress isn't doing anything. I can cast my Commander. Is there another creature? There's mine. They have to be from the same graveyard? They do. Tragic. That's no big deal. We'll go up to 6 pretty easily. And then we cast this. We know our opponent's card that they're drawing. So... do I have to kill my opponent's commander? Flips into target creature can't be blocked. No, I don't have to kill it. So it's 4 unblockable next turn. This is fine, right? Yeah, putting this on top of my opponent's deck is also kind of annoying, I'm sure, because it's just a really bad draw. I'm ideally not dead to this hitting me. There's nothing to do with Brainstorm. I could just bounce their commander. Could just do that. 5... yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. That gives me a nice cushion here. I can find a removal spell as well. And just do that as, like, just things I can just do. Kind of do whatever I want, honestly. Yeah, we can get Treasure Cruise here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I might have missed a lot of damage with the Kaya. Kind of did that in a weird order. Now I found an answer. Okay, I think we've done it. We've turned the corner here. Yeah, we've turned the corner. This game's over. Very interesting game, though. I like my opponent's deck. Very good game. But now it's just like nothing you can do. Sure. Well, hey, they're not giving up. Opponent is not done. I can respect that. Okay, yeah, no, they they can see it now. That was the crucial moment right there. Very interesting game. Very interesting game. Oh, there it is. The old unstoppable nonsense. Excellent. Let's play that. I don't know how they don't just cast their commander. Alright, my opponent doesn't cast their commander. I feel like they probably want it to do that. Do we want the Surveil lands? I didn't really even think to run them. I don't know. Tap lands in a deck like this. Not just free. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, I can't really use this mana too efficiently. Land. Do I want another land? I think I do, because this card isn't doing anything. Alright. 4 mana. I don't care at all about this card. Alright, kind of a low power mana drain, but hey, at least the game goes on, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's not let that resolve. This is another Eshki player that just doesn't cast Eshki for some reason. There was a window for them to do it, and they just didn't do it. Yeah, we'll actually play this. If I don't play it now, it's only going to get harder to play, so I'll just do it now. Eshki player with tap lands. Weird. Eshki, sure. Okay, they just had that sequence chilling in their hand, I guess. Alright, so Blasphemous Edict. Alright, you're down to 1 card in your hand. Make that 0 cards. Sylvan Primordial? Wow. Let's draw. Opponent gets a forest off this, right? Sylvan Primordial, that's funny. So a land here would be very nice. Okay, we did get it. So now I can go here and probably just win. Don't you dare. Did you actually draw Beseiju? No way. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll have it. We'll have it. Oh, come on. Are you serious? No way. Alright, commit. I'm less upset about that one. Still ridiculous. Still redonkalonk. I don't know what that card's doing to my opponent's deck, but here it is. Being a thing. Alright, so now I am not just winning. Yeah, that was kind of insane. It's each player shuffles their stuff and things? Okay. So I should just do this? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, that's just unbelievable. That was probably the best card they could have possibly have drawn. Like in their entire deck, yeah. I can still actually beat it, though. But that is far and away the best thing they could have possibly had. So not even close. Yep, that figures. Into the second best thing you could possibly have, of course. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yep, there you go. Surely there's no weird answer to this card, and I win the game. I'm sure that's how it works, right? Good sign, good sign. Good sign. Look at that. Look at that. So, Psychic Frog. Cut down, leave up my stuff. Okay, so now we're maybe back to winning. I don't even know the last time I've seen a commit to memory. That's just so crazy. What does this have hexproof from? Random stuff. Oh. Okay. Just the old I'm all in. Yeah. Cool. Commit to memory. That would have been an insane game to lose. I'm not going to lie to you. It would have been an insane game to lose. Every single opponent has had a 1-drop. Oh, not this one, though. Look at that. So, I can play Esper Sentinel and then kind of have it do, like, nothing. Might wind up doing that here. I think that's okay. I don't really want to duress this turn because they're not really going to... I'm not duressing my opponent's, like, the spell they want to cast here. I'm also doing them a lot of favors with this Ancient Tomb. But who knows? I mean, this is still obscenely good on turn 2 against me. I don't have an answer for it, so... Wow, it's a land destruction spell. Alright, so we can just start getting rid of those. If they do kill my Ancient Tomb, I'm actually not upset with that. Which is really funny. That is funny. I kind of prefer if they kill that over the Hollowed Fountain. But it's not likely they kill the Hollowed Fountain. Well, I mean, you're running the land destruction spells to cast them, and Ancient Tomb is a huge bait. So this is like... I don't know how you don't just snap this off. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking about there. Esper Sentinel seems like it was a good idea as well in the long run here. What do you have, Flare? What? What are you doing? I'm terribly confused about this, but it's a thing my opponent did, so... it's my only black source, other than my thing over here. Okay, that was a really good draw, too. Yeah. Okay, so simply making treasure tokens means I can't get blown out. And now a lot of my opponent's spells might be totally dead, because I just make infinite treasure tokens. Ancient Tomb is no longer dealing all the damage to me either, so... Opponent is 60 years old? What do you mean? I actually don't know when you said that. There's very few things that I'm terribly concerned with. That is not one of them. Alright, Y'shtola, get in there. Do stuff. I can draw maybe once or twice with the Y'shtola. Do we think my opponent just instantly gets Strip Mine here? Is that what they do? They just get Strip Mine? Again, I mean, with the black market, I don't care. How much life is it? Ugh, making the 3/2. They actually do get Strip Mine. Wow, that's funny. Alright, so this is, again, kind of just okay. Especially if I continuously draw lands. We'll draw once with this. Like that. Is there anything to reanimate? Nope. Oh, wow, I can actually cast this, too. So, you... I don't think I want that. It's also a bit hard to cast. I maybe wanted to make a single 3/2. That might have been a mistake. I probably did want to make a 3/2 there. Yeah. Just a single 3/2 in that spot, I think was the right idea. Do I cast the Dig Through Time with the treasure token? I kind of just don't think I want to do that. So I'm not. Alright, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to make a single 3/2. I'm going to risk it. Should have done it last turn. I'm doing it now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flare is an uh-oh SpaghettiOs button. And more counter spells are always fine. Let's play this. This is interesting. It's a land and a spell that helps me find spells and triggers my commander, so that's fine. Alright, I'm feeling really good about this spot. And the treasure tokens are a significant portion to that logic. The ramp spells are now kind of weird. I don't know what they're doing in my opponent's deck. I feel like they're just strange. I feel like they're strange here. Never in a million years would I make a move on that. Yeah, alright. There's just nothing... Unless you, like, really stop, just with all land destruction strategies, unless you stop your opponent in their tracks with the land destruction spells, if you just don't do that, your opponent, it just doesn't care. And then the rest of the ones in your deck look really bad. Okay, it's our first Tifa opponent. I don't have, like, Shieldred's Edict. There's not much that's amazing against Tifa. I am on the play. That is quite significant. Okay, we'll keep this and see what happens. Let's play this as my land. I don't really hate playing against Tifa. Do they have a 1-drop? Everyone else does. Of course they do. It's not the good one, but it's still a 1-drop. Am I going to shock myself? I probably should shock myself. Because even if I have nothing, it would just put it in my opponent's head that there's a possibility that I have something. Okay, well. Let's play the Psychic Frog? Yeah. Psychic Frog here. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're playing Psychic Frog. Does my opponent respect Wash Away? I highly doubt it. I've noticed a lot of people actually do not respect Wash Away. Okay, well, if they had Wash Away, I mean, they didn't play it. It's pretty easy to always just go to combat with Psychic Frog. And just see what happens. Yeah. Figured as much. That was a decent draw, so now I can just pass. I'm still not in, like, this awesome spot, but I'm not in a losing spot, I guess. I'm balancing on a weird knife's edge. If a creature would explore, scry 1. When this enchantment explores, land you control enters 7 or more, flip it. Top card, reveal a creature among them into spaghetti. I'm gonna stop that from existing. No, it seems like a mistake to even attempt to stop that, actually. I'm just not gonna stop that. Adventuring gear. Okay. Sure. No. Unfortunately, I have to take this. I can't make a move until later. I have to make the move on the end step. Can't do it now. Or before. Okay, so land, we can swing again. It's always swinging. Well, this is the power of Psychic Frog. Alright, so I can tutor up that card. And I think I will. Yeah, I can't play Overwhelming Splendor this game. Let's just get this. And then pass. Oh, I mistapped. I mistapped. Okay, that was a mistake there for sure. Well, they didn't get... The opponent just didn't get strip mine there. Which would have been kind of problematic. Okay. Doesn't that just kill my opponent's card? Was that just a massive mistake? I mean, maybe not, but I don't know if I completely agree with what my opponent just did. Okie dokie. So, go to do this, see what happens. Play Teferi, win game. Alright, I mean, this is excellent. I can sort of lose if that 2-4 kills me. So maybe I could take a turn off from attacking. Okay, this looks really suspect, but this is really good if it works out. I could have simply minused here as well, but no, I'm always pushing. This stops me from dying to the Chocobo if something really crazy were to happen. Which, again, not super likely. Might as well respect it. It also defends Teferi. That is arguably extremely significant. I can swing with Psychic Frog now, and I can pitch some cards to it. It's still just a free block on the 2-4, though. Lose these 2 cards. That's actually fine, though. Yeah, because that kills the Chocobo. Or they could just simply not block. That works as well. I could have pitched 2 cards anyways. I could have pitched 2 cards anyways. Alright, get wrecked. Look at that. Look at that. Get Schmied. Yeah, we can leave with an island. Wow, that's... okay. Sometimes they do that. So, Cultivate, Mossborn. Oh, look, it's one of the cards I always talk about. Crazy, huh? Let's take the Mossborn Hydra. I mean, it's just 3 life. It's only 3 life. I don't know. Absorb is not really that good. It's not really good at all to me. It probably should just be a different counterspell. Alright, so... I can Dark Ritual Teferi, and then I can't really do anything else. And that doesn't feel too great for... They can actually kill it, too. So that doesn't really feel great. What if I just played Psychic Frog? Yeah, what if we just played this and passed? Okay. It can technically keep up with the stuff my opponent may or may not do. Did they draw a land? Oh, doesn't look like they did. Well, they can't attack me, so... That's a land. Can play Teferi now. It's a tap land, though, so... I'm still gonna play Teferi, it's just... There's no way I don't play this. Okay. A weird spot, but I guess I do actually counter a... Okay, now I just can't counter it. Yeah, I cannot counterspell this now. Okay. So now I'm looking for... You just go face? What on earth? Does this make indestructible? No? Don't... I can't mentally wrap my head around why they did that, but that's what my opponent did. Letting me untap with Teferi is kind of insane. I can find a counterspell to shore up issues. I mean, I sort of... No, a hard counter is fine. I can also find a sweeper. I don't believe there's any single card my opponent could possibly draw that makes me lose. Right? Scape Shift... Scape Shift is problematic. No, I'm just going to get my Edict here. Is there something they can do that I'm not aware of? Yeah, we're just getting Blasphemous Edict. I'm playing you. There's no real attack. $10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. So block Tifa? 14, 15. Oh, wait, 14? 15. There is no dying here. Yep. They don't recast Tifa. It wouldn't make any sense. Okay, they figured it out. The not killing Teferi thing to me is really weird. I know you like just desperately don't want me to live, but Teferi is just winning the game. So I don't really know what's up with that. Very strange to me. There's no real attack. I'm not gonna spam my entire hand just to draw a card with it, so... Adventuring gear. Okay. Well, now the game is just completely over. Unless they draw something completely impossible. I don't even have to counter it, but I might as well. Yep. This is a really weird hand, but it does have a turn 3 Jace. Black, ooh. I don't know what this is doing, though. That's a problem. I don't know what this card's doing. Okay, now it got better. Or easier. Another Reliquary Tower player. Still just don't get what's going on with that. I do kind of lose to a counter spell. Yeah, I just straight up lose to a counter. I don't really care, though. Whatever. I'm tired of playing around every single card in the game when I play against every blue-green deck. Yeah, whatever. Like all the blue-green decks just have everything. Suppose I technically don't lose outright, but still not really good here. You kneel for him into what? Equal plus. Oh, all right, yeah. What on earth? Huh? I'm so confused. That's definitely a line that you can take in Magic. That loses me the game, so let's not lose to that card, I guess. I mean, this is all telling that there's a land in their hand. I would assume there is, given what they just did. Okay, very strange. I don't know what's going on with that. So let's do... nothing? I have a land for the turn. No, I should be mana efficient. My opponent is anything but mana efficient, so... I mean, my opponent is max mana efficient, so I should match that to some degree. So, land... I play this... like... this. And then I play... I don't want to get into trouble, so I'll just leave the option open. Mana, 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 mana. This is end step, right? Yeah, it's end step. So, treasure token 3-2? Actually, I should just do all of them. I'm just going to do all of them at least once here. Play Y'shtola. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let's get a light source. I'm super close to just dying. Did not ever expect to play against Atraxa. Kind of unfortunate. I'll keep this and speculate that it's a creature deck. And if it isn't, I'll just concede. That works for me. If it's a Super Friends deck, not looking too good here. This has Toxic, right? Yeah, there is nothing I can do about that. I will get toxified. Toxilated. Alright, it's poison. Feels much more beatable than the alternative that is in fact not poison. This is a removal spell. I don't need a land. Am I playing Ashiok this turn? Let's see, it goes up to 5. They can't kill it if they push damage on it. It also doesn't die via that way either. So yeah, I'll just play it. I exile the land they put on top too. That might matter. I don't know. Maybe they needed it. Who knows? 3 lands right off the top. Alright, not great. I will take... Oh, okay. This makes my decision a little bit easier. Yeah, we're gonna just Toxic Deluge. and then just do something. So I'll do it for 2. What do we hit this time? Infectious Bite and then more lands. Alright. Nice. Tap land, huge. Alright, yep, it is literally throwing our phone city today. I don't know what is going on. Being Toxo would be like deliberately roping and not conceding and just continuously roping. Okay. This can work, can also not work. So we'll see. It currently doesn't work, but that's nothing a few cards in my hand can't change. Okay, so far looking like the exact same thing I was doing. Let's get Island. So I do want to play Teferi, because if I don't do it now, it just doesn't do anything later. I'm not going to minus on the Mind Stone. I'm just not going to do that. Oh, that is not stick fingers for 2. Okay. You got it. I'm not going to defend my commander. Is this stick fingers for 5 or something? It is? Okay, sure. Or for 3, whatever, yeah, sure. Alright, so that's... Alright, yep. Not... Ooh, alright, so let's play... I don't even know, I'm just a little... Floobergoosed it. Let's... I don't even want to do that. I actually don't want to do anything, so alright. Grief. Yep. This is the fabled... the mythical stick fingers that's, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. It's not even like mono giant reanimate targets. It's just random stuff. You don't have a swamp? Wow. Inquisition? Yeah, alright, yep. All you. Balligate Recovery, a discard spell? Alright, they're doing the same thing the last Stick Fingers player did. But I don't know if it's going to work out as much as my opponent wants it to here. Yeah, Draw on the Lock is a good card here, I think. This also doesn't stop Teferi from immediately winning the game, which it currently is doing that, so... I can LARP. We're gonna LARP. We're LARPing. Alright, they blocked. Tragic. And untap. Inquisition is not enough. Also, the things they're reanimating are not winning the game anyways, so I can't say I'm terribly concerned about it anyways, if they were to remove all of my answers. Alright, yep. Don't know what the idea is when you're putting Midnight Clock? What about it? Alright. If it's 1 into 3, I guess we never had a game anyways. Okay, we sort of have a game again. There's no reason to not play this land, so... Fatal Push, does that change anything at all? Not really. No, not really. I think I'm still losing. The only thing I can do here is stop red mana, and I just have to oh wait, no, I have Void Rend now. Never mind. I do not die to Jetmir. Alright, we're good. We're as good as we can be unless we're not that good. But Jetmir would obviously destroy my booty hole there, so... Ooh. I mean, if my opponent's plan is to reanimate Priest of Gix, with reanimate specifically, you would A, need reanimate in your hand, and you would B, need to specifically mill Priest of Gix. So, like, no, that's not what they're doing. Alright, you need exactly 2 they don't have it. Alright, rip. I was gonna say, my opponent needed 2 rabbits right then and there to keep this game going. I didn't have it. I'm gonna exile them one at a time because it doesn't matter, and it just gains me more life. There's just no reason to exile 2 cards. Doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, actually can if they have some crazy card that reanimates their graveyard, so that could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe the life gain? No, the life is important, though. I will say. That is not a rabbit. Ooh, wait. Oh, I don't do anything. I don't know, I'm getting confused here. Alright, yep. Okay, so Y'shtola as a card is cool and interesting, but it just kind of, like... I can't... If I say it sucks, people are gonna get, like, a little torn up about that, specifically saying it sucks, but it just sucks in Historic Brawl, because when you play it, your opponent will probably just kill it, because it might, or most likely, be the only creature you've played, and then if it dies, you're like, well, I can't really afford to defend it, because my counterspells have to stop me from losing the game, from whatever my opponent is interested in doing. Another issue is, if you do ever bump into the green player, which is 70% of your matchups, and they have, like, on the play 1-drop into turn 2, 3 mana card, you sort of just lose the game. You kind of need to kill it every single time, to the point where I probably just want more removal than I had. That's early. But the more you take away from Y'shtola, the less relevant it is. That's why you have a massive mountain of 3-mana cards. When Y'shtola is in play and you are doing the thing, it is kind of satisfying, right? If your opponent smacks you, that is drawing a card. You can't exactly get smacked that much and continue the game, though, but it does happen. You just lose 4 from your opponent swinging at you, and then you draw a card. I didn't actually consider that when I had done the intro, but still, not really that great. There were a few games I just said, I'm going to cast it, screw it, I want to play it, I want it in play, I don't care what happens. Then my opponent kills it, and then I don't have a counterspell to stop whatever they're going to do, and then I just lost. So, for the sake of having it in play for content's sake, not a good idea. It didn't really work out, but it's kind of just one of those commanders that has that issue. The deck as a whole was fine, right? All of the 3-mana cards felt okay. Kaya was probably the weirdest looking one in here, or one of the more strange ones. But the life gain on this card is kind of significant when there is a degree of paying life, sort of, to not lose the game when you're doing all that thing, and, you know, if you want the card draw to matter. This is probably the most you can ask for from a card that gains life that costs 3 mana, right? That also isn't a creature, right? There's the 2/4 cleric thing, angel, whatever, Valkyrie, that gains a bajillion life. But this, as a non-creature permanent, it's pretty solid. The Graveyard Hate does sporadically come up, right? The incidental whatnot, and the -5 is kind of funny. The -1, still pretty solid. Exiling mana dorks and stuff has a viable nature, like, especially if you Chrome Mox or Gemstone Cavern, you can play it early enough to truly impact some kind of early thing there. But Graveyard Hate, for the most part, doesn't really matter, right? It's not, and nothing has changed from yesterday. Graveyard Hate is not something you should play for the sake of Graveyard Hate. There's the format is not there yet. It's getting there maybe, but it's not. Don't play Graveyard Hate just because that's what it does. The 1s and 2s were okay. It's kind of just the best of the bunch. I probably had a few more cards that would have made sense that I could have ran. A big one for a deck like this is probably Ghostly Prison. I do really like Ghostly Prison. It is a mythic rare, which is extremely lame, so I don't have it, but I'm a huge fan of Ghostly Prison. I can't say there's a... Wait, let me just triple check that. I can't say there's a lot of decks that truly care that much about this card, but the ones that do care about it, this is so annoying to play against. There's a few cards that do something similar to this card. There's like a blue one. I think it's called Propaganda. Oh. I don't actually know if it's in the game. Is it not? It looks like it's not. Alright, it looks like we don't have Propaganda, assuming I'm spelling it right. But I just like that kind of effect. It's a lot scarier for your opponents, or more annoying in like multiplayer, but 1v1, it's alright, right? But it's sort of like Rhystic Study. If you have one opponent, it's not nearly as impactful as a bunch, but ripskis. The Planeswalker stuff is great in Esper Control. Not much to say about that, except maybe there are just play more Planeswalkers. I actually ended up taking out 7 mana Kaya. It didn't seem like I was ever going to get to 7 mana, and if I ever did, I'm not sure it's possible to just windmill slam a 7 mana card and then have maybe a decent 3 or minus on it, or like a 0 or plus, and expect to pass back to your opponent and them not just win the game immediately because you tapped out for a 7 mana card. Overwhelming Splendor, obviously an exception to that, because it can just stop a massive amount of what your opponents might be trying to do. This is a serious win condition for this kind of deck. You can just win when you cast this. It is sort of a 1 mana win the game against a fair amount of the things that you expect to play against. But green can answer it, right? And that's the most prolific thing. I did lose to a 1-ring, actually, in a spot where, like, normally 1-ring doesn't win the game, right? I know that might sound weird, but from my experience, this card, if played early enough in a grindy back-and-forth game, will probably win the game, but it usually wins so quickly that it doesn't tap 4 times. But I had played against someone where they played it, and they're like, alright, our only out is it kills them. And the value it vomits after you draw 4, 5, and 6. You're just getting a new hand every turn. It's not too difficult to prevent yourself from dying to this before your opponent just is going to lose. I think that's really about it. I just can't really recommend it. If you like Esper Control, there you go. You can play this. It's not really the best Esper Commander. It's not maybe the worst one. I don't really know what the worst one is. Is this even all of them? Doesn't look right at all. What if I clicked... What if I did that? Oh, I suppose you can consider 5 mana commanders. You just put them in that spot. Like, you just put a Traxa in here and just be like, alright, there you go. But, the matchups were interesting. I saw a lot of weird stuff, I will admit. There were certainly a lot of weird stuff going on. The Rafine is definitely the creature variant of this. I forgot about Rafine. If you want to do, like, mid-range Esper beatdowns, there you go. But, yeah, I don't know. It does what it does, and it doesn't do any more than that or any less. Pretty straightforward. I don't really have that much to say about it. I feel like everything I've said in the intro ended up being true, and so yeah, that's really all I've got for you. It's okay, I guess. It's not great. It's definitely no Teferi or anything, but if you really care about your bracket, it's in a safe bracket. I did see Tat Yova and blue-green degen nonsense, so that always felt like a bit of an uphill battle for this kind of deck. But other than the bracket your commander's in, you could just play a different commander and with the same kind of list and just be a happier person. But yeah, it's cool when it works. I'll say that. It's cool when it's in play and it's doing the thing, which I think only happened 3 or 4 of the 20,000 games I played. So, yep, that's it. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. You crafted Ghostly Prison? Well, if only you could let people borrow your cards. If only you could do that. That would be great. I don't even know if Ancient Tomb felt good here. We could have made Ancient Tomb feel better if I had more 3-minute cards that had 2 generic mana in the casting cost. It would have made it feel better for sure. But as it stood, it didn't actually help me cast a lot of cards in this deck. I still think it's really good, but not that great. Yeah, if you could gift cards, there would just be like an army of bots that would just like farm and then move their bot farmed cards. Like you just make a new account, get the, bot farm the quests, and then just gift the cards over, which is completely shatter the economy of this game. So there's no way they're doing that. All right, let's buy 8 space packs because why not? Actually, on the bright side of this new set, there actually isn't that much I want out of it. So this could be like a 2 months or 3 months? 3 months window of like. Wait, there's a new set every 2 months. There's 6 sets a year now. Oh, content vomit, man. Other than these like really good lands, which I think I kind of have all the really, really, really good ones. Reflecting Pool is alright. Not at its best, though. Yeah, I kind of have all the ones I'd want anyways. Like, this one already exists. Dust Bowl already exists. Does Crystal Quarry exist? I'm not actually sure. I do kind of like Raging Ravine. I don't think the rest of them are exciting, though. I am a fan of Raging Ravine, though. Celestial Colonnade. Yeah, like the new set, I kind of have all the cards I want out of it. Full stop. Maybe this guy is interesting, but I'm not really dead set or interested in getting this guy. I don't think... This dude seems worse to me than the other one. The one that whenever you commit a crime, you make 2 zombies. It just feels like a better version of this. Yeah, I think it also has a ward or something on it. Well, we know how a zoo works. Quantum Riddler is a good card, I'll say that. Maybe not in Historic Brawl as much, but still. There's decks like Urion and whatnot. I like that card. But, oh, this is another one. I actually would like the first copy of this card. I like this. Tutor a Legendary Creature. That one's alright. But, yeah, so there's like 2 rares and no mythics from this set that I really want at all. So this could just be a 2-month bracket window where I just stockpile currency. I just feel like the Spider-Man set or whatever. The bright thing, it's kind of funny about Spider-Man is like I think it's kind of weird and lame that Spider-Man's showing up, but Spider-Man is one of my favorite heroes, so it's kind of cool. Now in Magic Arena, it's not Spider-Man, but yeah. The sets are also like, I mean, how many cards are in the space set? $400? That doesn't sound right at all. 400? No, that's not 400. Contains 390... Oh, when including all the art variants and stuff. I don't care about that. How many unique cards? 276. So there's 276 cards in this set. Man. The power level of a lot of these cards is not super high. I would think that's kind of nice going forward. Like just having... Oh, well, I mean, it did come out with Ancient Tomb and stuff, but like other than... I mean, this isn't really a new card. Like Tezzeret's insane in Vintage. Cosmogoyf seems pretty solid, actually. What else have I seen that I thought was like genuinely good outside of just Historic Brawl? Quantum Riddler seems solid. I've seen Lightstall Inquisitor a couple times. I've seen, I think, this. No, I haven't seen that. Standard is completely swamped by VV, so it's hard for the new cards to get breathing room. VV's just like 80% of the meta or something like ridiculous. It's actually insane. Haven't seen it that skewed in like over 10 years. Alright, I'm out of here. Enough rambling. GG's, chat.